Hello everyone! Welcome back to part 2 of setting up MQTT software. In part 1, we installed Mosquito broker on my Ubuntu server. Just to recap, I have Ubuntu 18.04 and what I did was that I installed a broker and I tested with, it was a Mosquito broker and I tested with a Mosquito client locally. So on this part here, I'm going to install NodeRed and all this prerequisite software there. So let's start by opening a Putty into the Ubuntu server here. So Putty, enter the IP address of my Ubuntu server. Log in with the user credential. And then I'm going to increase the size of this command prompt so you can actually see it to size 20. Okay, so like whenever I install any software, I normally like to do update and upgrade. So sudo apt-get update all my packages. Log in. Okay, then next thing is you do upgrade. Yes. Okay, once that's complete, we will install NodeJS, which is one of the prerequisite software. In order to do that, we type sudo apt-get install NodeJS legacy. Okay, so that's obsolete, so we're just gonna do Node.js. So once that's done, Node V. You can see I've already got Node.js installed on this computer. Now you type Node V to get the version of the Node.js. The next thing you want to do is install the packet manager and call npm. So same thing, sudo apt-get install npm. So let's see if it installed correctly. You can see it comes back with a version number. So those are the two prerequisites that you have to install. That completes our prerequisite. So it's just going to clear the command prompt. Control L is what you do. Okay, the next thing you have to do is to install the NodeRed node itself. NodeRed itself. So in order to do that, you do sudo npm install -g unsafe-perm NodeRed admin. Okay, once the installation is complete, you should come up with this kind of tree structure. And the next thing you do is open up the port number. NodeRed actually uses port 1880. So in order to allow for that port 1880 to be open, you do sudo ufw allow port 1880. So once that get approved and rules get updated, you can open your web browser. I'm just going to open my Firefox here and type the IP address of the my Ubuntu server, which is 192.168.2.106 colon 1880. It should give you your So the next thing you do here is to launch your NodeRed program. All you have to do is type NodeRed. So they will tell you server is running, and you can actually enter the IP address of the server colon 1008 to actually access the web page. So I'm going to open my Firefox here. and enter http://192.168.2.106:1880. You should get what you should get is a NodeRed programming platform. This indicates that you have successfully installed NodeRed. The next thing you want to do, I'm going to close this guy here, and I'm going to close my session here by pressing Control C to stop NodeRed. I'm going to clear the screen here. Okay. The next thing you want to do is to configure NodeRed as a service, because right now we're just typing NodeRed to start the service. But in an event, if your Ubuntu server goes down and comes up, your NodeRed is not running anymore and you don't have access at all. So in order to do that, you'll need to create a service. So to create a service, you will have to create a service file for NodeRed. The way you do it is to type sudo again as a sudo user. This time around I'm going to use a vi as my text editor, and I'm going to create a file, etc. systemdaemon / system, I'm going to call it NodeRed and services service. So it's going to be etc. systemdaemon / system NodeRed.services. Okay, so it's a new file. What you have to do is over here you have to enter all the you have to enter this parameters. I'll leave the things that you have to enter in my description here. Okay, the thing that you have to note will be that this and this will be different for your application. So this is actually a username. Normally that's what it'll be. So other than that, you hit escape, you press colon WQ, which means write and quit. And you can go in and check again if you like. And they're still there. So the next thing you want to do is you want to enable the service. You do by doing sudo system control daemon reload. Once that's done, do sudo again, system control enable NodeRed services service. So you create that link there. Next thing you want to do is to start it. And once that is started, let's look at the status, whether it's running. You should get a running status here shortly. Right here. See, it's showing it is running. You can do a quick test by opening your browser. Again, I'm going to open my Firefox. 168.2.106:1880. You should launch NodeRed for you there. So now, now that your NodeRed is running, Control C to escape. As a service, Control L to clear everything. Another way to check would be the PSE. You can actually see NodeRed is running on the background there. That's another way to check. Control L to clear the screen again. The next thing we want to do is to set up a user and password for your NodeRed. So what it does is that when you first start your browser, right now when I launch my browser like that, 168.2.106:1880, when you do that, they don't prompt you for any user credential. Okay, in order to enable that, first of all, you got to create a hash for your password. Okay, so you just say node-red-admin hash password. So at this point, they will ask you to enter a password, right? So I'm just going to enter a password called xybernetic123. Okay, that's my hash. So I'll just highlight it in the world of Putty. If you highlight it, it will copy it in a clipboard. So the next thing you want to do is go to the settings and put your hash into your settings. So the way to do it would be sudo. I'm gonna use vi as my text editor. So it's gonna say your current home directory /node-red/settings with a s.js. So you should come up with all this. The section that we are looking for is called admin auth, which is normally commented out right here. So you're gonna have to remove all the comments. So right now the admin password is that. We don't want that. So we're just gonna put our own admin password. Right click. Didn't like it, so just hold on a sec. So I'm gonna go back and copy in the clipboard. Escape :q. Escape :wq. Let's see, clipboard not working. Okay, just gonna copy in the clipboard, try again. There you go. Just have to make sure that your double quote is outside here. Oops. Comma, and get rid of this, just like that. So once that is done, hit escape to get rid of the insert :qw or wq. You can go and check again, make sure they're still there. Okay, so now your password is already set in there on your settings. Next thing you want to do would be to restart your NodeRed services. So the way to do it is sudo system control restart your NodeRed service. Hit enter. You can actually see the status here. Like before, it should show as running. And running here. So once that's done, open your browser, enter the IP address of your Ubuntu server where the NodeRed is installed in, port 1880. And now this time around, they will ask you to enter your username and password. So the username was admin and the password was xybernetic123. And once that's done, you're in the world of NodeRed and debugging and whatnot. That concludes part 2 on how to install NodeRed on your Ubuntu server. Have a good day. Bye.